So the other day, I was watching YouTube for like 69 hours straight, as I often do, and I came across this video of Lord Yngwie Malmsteen trashing Kirk Hammett's guitar playing. Oh no! Yngwie, why? Now the video is from Carr's Guitar Channel, and I'm gonna hit up some WAP juice to hydrate my internal organs, and we'll check it out. Cheers. Gross. Disgusting. All right, cans of power on. Let's have a listen. Yngwie trashing Kirk Hammett.
But I think the lead guitar player, Kirk Hammett, is not very good. He can play fast and is pretty good at it, but his choice of notes and sense of pitch are very bad. I don't think that he plays with musicality or plays in tune. Rather than lifting the song, his solos seem to be an anticlimax.
Very unflattering critique. Oh, man, let's think about this. What's really going on? Metallica is the most successful metal band of all time by far. They've sold 125 million albums. Now, Yngwie Malmsteen has sold about 1.3. Is it possible that Yngwie is jelly of Kirk and Metallica? Now, speaking of jelly, it is important to note that Yngwie despises donuts. I'm sure even the jelly kind. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to get at here, is it possible that Yngwie is envious of the massive metal machine that Metallica became? I don't think it's controversial to state that Yngwie is clearly more technically proficient than Kirk Hammett. But I think we need to have an honest conversation about the merits of being a riff lord versus being a lead lord. The general population is always going to gravitate towards songwriting, not excessive virtuosic displays of technical prowess. Everyone knows that the Swede for Speed can play diminished runs at 666 miles an hour. But can he write hit riffs? I believe Enter Sandman was a Kirk Hammett riff, for example. And listen, don't get it twisted, that is a fine science. It's not as physically demanding of your fingers, it's more about the quality of your thoughts and your composition mind. Let's listen a little bit further.
But we have to keep in mind that Guitar World played Yngwie a live version of Master of Puppets. James Hetfield does play a sloppy solo. Did Yngwie know that it was James playing that solo? And then Kirk plays his solo and fails to reproduce those insane natural harmonics and probably misses a few notes too. Well, we have to admit that after playing those rhythm guitar parts at such a crazy tempo, no wonder they played a bit sloppy on those solos and missed a few notes. It's a human factor.
I mean, listen, when you play live, what is it that people want to see? Do they want to see a flawless, robotic regurgitation of a song, or do they want to see a human being conveying powerful emotion to the people in the audience? Beethoven said, "To make a mistake is insignificant, but to play without passion is inexcusable." So yeah, of course you're going to have some guitar nerds in the audience, with their arms crossed, like just looking for that minuscule mistake that you make trying to trip you up. But let's be clear, most people are there to feel something. So if you, in the process of being a good showman, jumping around the stage and bleeding your passion, miss a couple notes, who gives a fuck? I'll be totally honest with you guys. Recently, I've been shifting more from being a lead lord to a riff lord. I've realized over the past 666.42069 years of playing guitar, what's really important. It's not about showing off your fancy licks, even though lead guitar is really fun. It's more about the song. The way I see it, Yngwie Malmsteen contributed a great deal to the technical evolution of the electric guitar, whereas Kirk Hammett contributed more to songwriting and the evolution of a genre and style. You're always going to get more points for songwriting than for technique. That's just the way it's always been and will always be. We also know that Yngwie has a history of being a hothead. Let's be honest, he done like donuts. I've even had my own run-ins with the Swede for speed. Yngwie personally gave my channel a copyright strike. I did a video on him a number of years ago, and I made quite a few jokes about his dislike of donuts. He saw the video and struck me down. Over the years, I've just learned to accept him for who he is. Every metal lead guitar player has benefited from his adaption of classical music into the electric guitar, his way of sweep picking, his use of, harmonic minor and diminished arpeggios. It's so easy to hear his influence in many, many guitarists playing. Now, I want to know, what are your thoughts on this debacle of Yngwie criticizing Kirk Hammett from Metallica? Do you think it's warranted? And also, what's more important, being a lead lord or riff lord? Now, you can work on both of those skills by signing up for my free music theory email newsletter. You get free tips and tricks and even tabs. You can take things deeper by taking my full music theory course. I'll put a link to that below in the description for 75% off. And if you want to really reach your full potential, sign your soul away to me on Patreon. That gets you all of my tabs, courses, reaction requests, and a direct line to me. All I can think about is jelly donuts right now. It would go perfect with my WAP juice.